Being white sounds stressful as hell. Now walk with me. White people were out there marching with Black Lives Matter just to have their homes and businesses destroyed that night by the same people they marched with. But what makes it even crazier is that if you spoke out about it, you were canceled faster than CNN Plus. And the rules for white people change every single day. If you see color, you're racist. If you don't see color, you're ignoring racism, which is somehow still racist. And then you're told to embrace other cultures, but don't participate or it's cultural appropriation. And it's sad because we have more in common than we don't. Black people love Bass Pro Shop and pumpkin spice lattes too. Maybe y'all need a civil rights movement next.
What's going on, everyone? Sauce Kenny here today, and we got another video for you guys. So I want to talk about this hypocrisy that I'm starting to notice with a lot of woke people, especially white liberals, actually liberals in general, white, black, especially the black ones. Yeah, I got a bone to pick with y'all today. But I want to just highlight this meme that I found hilarious. White liberals and then they see the black conservative. That one killed me every time I see it. And you saw from the intro that we have this this conflicting reality that we're experiencing right now is that black people, they don't want to be judged on the basis of race, but they're judging people on the basis of race. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Right? If a black person says, "Oh, I don't want to be around white people because of their whiteness, oh, because of the historic wrongs that they have done to my people, to me and my people, to us," like identifying with things in the past that you have no personal relationship with. No black person alive today has been enslaved ever, and no white person alive today has even owned a slave. Hell, a large swath of white Americans are actually descended from immigrants. Yet black people want to have this idea that they're owed reparations from this white population. Make it make sense. And it's starting to be one of the reasons why people are starting to decry race hustlers, why people are getting tired of race, because it's Black History Month, right? And we want to keep things very historically factual, right? Only 5% of white people, white Americans, have any ties to slavery. Only 5%. And black people expect the government to be paying them reparations. You crazy as hell. This is why I ain't gonna get reparations. Because we see it, many people see it as nothing more than a hustle. You want to cash in on white guilt. And this is gonna be the kind of the topic of the video, is that in the intro, Xavier makes a good point. It sounds like white people may need to start their own civil rights movement because it essentially, reverse discrimination is discrimination. Essentially, you're actually, like, this is the problem with woke liberals. They're actually creating the framework and the infrastructure for white people to essentially be like, hey, we deserve civil rights. We need to be stopped being discriminated against. I had an article I posted up. I'll probably put it up here, where a woman won a discrimination suit. And then this is the number one argument I always tell black people when they complain about racism. Or racism is still a major issue in America. I say, why you don't go sue? A white woman just won against Starbucks, I believe. I don't remember the story, but I'm going to put it up here so you guys can see. That she won because she was discriminated against because of the basis that they discriminated against her because of the color of her skin. So if you find racism, you can make a lot of money, black people. You're actually incentivized to find racism. Because look at the race hustlers. Look at Abram X. Kendi. Tuskegee Holtz. You're getting paid to sow in more race division. And this is the reality of seeing color. When you see in color, you give double treatment. You do unequal treatment. And black people seem to want to secretly keep racism alive because it justifies them getting special treatment. And a lot of these black people who have never faced racism at the same degree as Martin Luther King think that they deserve to piggyback off the struggle at the same manner of Martin Luther King. Make it make sense. You can't do this. Black people are trying to piggyback off a struggle they never personally experienced because they happen to share the same skin color as people who did. That's like taking credit for someone else's work because you're black. It makes no sense. And black people want to be rewarded for this stuff. They want to be able to act out like retarded children, break stuff, destroy stuff, as he mentioned in the BLM riots. And now that people are starting to call black people out on their hypocrisy, hey, you're being racist, black people. Hey, black people are the most likely to be racist to other groups of people, according to polls. I've shown this. I did videos on this topic. Black people are the most racially divisive, the most racially exclusive. All their movements is centered around them. They only think about themselves. If you was in a relationship with a person that thought like this, you would be like, yo, you guys are narcissistic, self-centered. And this is the reality. I think black people need tough love. because now they're getting called out. Here's a clip of this video I saw on Twitter that a lot of Biden supporting racist voting. Let me stop playing. But it's true. They're getting mad at her for pointing out the hypocrisy of a lot of these black women, these black liberal women that be going on TikTok and making these racially charged comments. Let's take a look.
I'm going to try and only shop white owned during White History Month. White is king. So today I'm going to wear my white girl magic shirt. I think I'm going to start a white student union club at my school. Oh my gosh, you want to touch my hair? That's so racist. I'm going to watch the white movie section on Netflix today. White is beautiful. Just my skin color makes me shine.
Yep. Black people got so used to special treatment that equality feels like discrimination. And that's what it is. You want to talk about like historical wrongs. So what? The people of today are the byproduct of what happened, just like you're a byproduct of what happened. You had no direct ties to anything, right? The idea is, if you believe people shouldn't be prosecuted based on the sins of their ancestors, why are you holding that same appeal to white people of today? Especially when majority of white people do not have any ties to slavery, yet you're perpetuating your history onto white people to excuse them to try to make them feel guilty about themselves. This is emotional bullying that the black community is participating in, and I ain't down for it. Like I said, I side with who's right and I side against who's wrong, and black people are wrong here, especially from a cultural perspective. Here's another meme I want to kind of highlight to you guys. Racism is not dead, but it's on life support, kept alive by politicians, race hustlers, and people who get a sense of superiority by denouncing others as racist. Quote from Thomas Sowell. And this is what black people are participating in. This is one of the reasons why secretly woke liberals need racism to be a problem, so they can continue doing this. The media is trying to revive racism. Democrats trying to breathe life into it, black and white, because they benefit from racism being an issue. And they hate the fact that black people, black conservatives are out here preaching against this stuff, that racial discrimination doesn't prove racism. Racial discrimination only proves that the groups of people unequally do different decisions. And therefore, since they do different decisions, they get different results. But black people can't seem to understand that point. I don't understand why. Right? Issues with group-based ideology like DEI is that they assume all groups are expected to have the same outcome. Why would that be the case when diverse groups have diverse behaviors? Make it make sense, black people. You're complaining about, oh, you guys don't graduate high school at the same rates of other students. You don't make the same amount of income as other students, but you don't do the same behaviors. You don't do the same decision makings. Time high school students spend on homework by race and parents' income. Look at the Asians. Asians damn near do what? Almost 2 hours worth of homework. Look at the black people. Barely only do 30 minutes. So you do, it's like me saying, this person practiced 2 hours a day at basketball and you only practice 30 minutes a day at basketball. And then both of you meet 3 months later. Who's going to be the better basketball player? You would expect the person who spent more time doing the action because he has more time to be more proficient at the task at hand that he's been practicing. Practice makes perfect, right? We're talking about practice, right? And then this is the idiocy that black people believe in. Because now they can't say, now they know that people don't discriminate them. They don't have no one has any prejudices against black people. So now they try to redefine the definition of racism. And this is proving my point. You guys need racism to exist because you know without racism, you can't justify making other people feel guilty. You can't feel morally superior to people because of your skin color. Like I said, a lot of black people are using race as an alibi. Oh, it's because I'm black that I can't do this. It's because I'm black that you treat me this way. No, it's not because you have a shitty attitude and people are just giving you what you or just giving back what you put out. No. It's not because of your bad attitude. That's not why people don't like you. It's because of your skin color, right? They want to keep their race card. They want to keep their hustle, like the race hustlers we just talked about, Abram X. Kendi, because they make money off of you guys feeling miserable, depressed, oppressed, victimized, victimhood, feeling helpless because of your skin color. And I'm like, yo, how is these ideas that you perpetuate in black culture not conditioning black people to feel helpless? You're conditioning helplessness in the black community by having this perception that you can't do anything because of your skin color or that you have it harder than everyone else without no proof or facts because you feel that way. There's surveys saying that majority of black people still feel that racism is an issue in America. And then, but if I bet you, if you ask those people, give me an example of how race played a major factor in holding you back from your success, they can't name one. All of it is self-perception. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. If someone call you, oh, you must be a dumb ninja because you're black, you have two choices. Either you're going to prove them right or you're going to prove them wrong. Because at the end of the day, it's still up to you how you respond. And throughout black history, black people's destiny has never been determined by whether white people love them or not. We had a parallel economy in the 1920s. The Negro business leagues, creating our own infrastructure, our own market. Yeah, the Tulsa Democrats came in and destroyed all that stuff because they didn't like the fact that black people were self-sustaining themselves. But they could rebuild it again in Durham, North Carolina. That's where the second Black Wall Street was at. No one talks about that one. They only want to focus on the Tulsa Massacre, the one that got destroyed. They don't want to focus about Durham, North Carolina, the one that got rebuilt. There's some black people that got generational wealth, but there's this perception that, oh, racism stopped all that. It stopped every black person from being successful. It's not the case. It's one people made a decision and another didn't. Hey, even though they destroyed our stuff, we're going to rebuild. We're going to come back stronger than ever. The other side decided, F this. What's the point of rebuilding up? They're just going to destroy it again. One people decided to quit on themselves, one didn't. And that's the reality. The behavior drives the outcomes. And I'm gonna stand. That's the hill I'm gonna die on. Black people get the negative results in society because of the behaviors that they display in society. Right? You don't study the same way as Asians. Don't get mad when you don't get the same test scores as Asians, when you don't get the same income as Asians, right? Because I'm starting to get tired of this facade that this is a quote. If you want to see the poor remain poor generations after generations, just keep the standards low in their schools and make excuses for their academic shortcomings and personal behaviors. But please don't congratulate yourself on your compassion. It's this fake compassion that liberals do all the time. That's the point of wokeness. Wokeness is have compassion regardless of what the other person is doing. It's this self-sacrificing. No, that's not love. That's why I say the black community needs some tough love. They need some fatherly love, because right now the left has been acting like a mother, an enabling mother that let her son become a tyrant. And that's what happened to the black community. The black community is becoming a tyranny of the minority. They're terrorizing everybody. They disproportionately commit more crimes, but then they want to get mad when they get disproportionately sent to jail. Make it make sense. You're doing an action that breaks the law. Therefore, you're going to meet the consequences of this law. It seems like nowadays in black culture, they're pushing this idea that you shouldn't hold black people accountable because it's racist. This is the fake compassion that I'm talking about. It's not compassionate not to hold you accountable when you break laws, because then people don't want to be around you. And then you want to get mad when people don't want to be around you. Make it make sense. If I'm a terror to society, if I hurt everyone that's around me like a porcupine, I can't get mad when people don't want to be associated with me, when people don't want to hang out with me. And black people are feeling that right now. A lot of people in other races are trying to move themselves away from black people. And then black people want to get mad. But it's the consequences of your own behavior, because you don't want to look at yourself in the mirror. This is why woke liberals are more enabling and causes more harm than good. And then for my last point before I end this video, I want to highlight something that is like black people seem to not want to understand. Elites don't preach what they practice. They write and speak as if women who have 5 kids by 5 different men is no different than a wife with 5 children with her husband. But they never promote the 5x5 lifestyle to their own children. And this is an article from The Atlantic. Yet many elites today, professors, journalists, educators, overwhelmingly liberal professions, and other cultural shapers, publicly discount or deny the importance of marriage, the 2-parent household, and the value of doing all they can to stay together for the sake of the children, even as they privately value every one of those things. On family matters, they talk left but walk right, an unusual form of hypocrisy that, however well intended, contributes to American inequality, increased misery, and borders on the immoral. And this is the Machiavellian thinking of woke leftists. The woke elite left would, 2-parent household, stable families, but they preach to you, oh no, marriage and family is not important. Single motherhood is just as valid as a 2-parent household. But look at the outcomes. The black community has a high rate higher rate of single parent household compared to Asians community, because I like to compare it with the Asians, minority on minority. Asians have like, I think 10% single motherhood rate. Black community has a 70% single motherhood rate. Who has the highest income between the two? Asians. Asian has the highest income out of any other racial group in America today, and there's a correlation. They have more two-parent households. They have more kids born to two-parent households than any other race in America currently. There's something to that. There's stats out there that show that two-parent households are less prone to poverty compared to a single-parent household, especially when headed by a single mother. Single mothers are more likely to be evicted and fall on financial hardship. Why? Because if you look at other stats, if you look at consumerism as well, women spend a lot of money. Women have a lack of financial literacy. Women are less likely to invest. Women are less likely to have more than one more investment account. Most women who got an investment account is through their job, the 401k, right? Women are less likely to save disproportionately compared to their outcome. Women are more likely to spend their money. Women are more likely to be in debt. Hell, college debt is ran by women. Women are the majority representative in college debt. So student loan forgiveness disproportionately benefit women, but no one's pushing, oh, that's sexist. Make it make sense. Women are doing actions differently from men, and they're mad that men don't get evicted as much as them because men has less debt. Men spend less money. Men consume less. So usually men have a surplus and they're more likely to save their money. A woman making $100K a year and a man making $40K a year, the man making $40K a year will save more money than a woman making $100K a year. That's what the statistics suggest. And then black women, instead of taking accountability, oh, we got a spending problem. No, it's because of sexism and racism. That's why we get evicted at a disproportionate rate compared to everyone else. Using your identity as an alibi. And this is the real reason why liberals secretly want racism to still be an issue. But it's not. Your behavior is the issue. And I'll continue to keep preaching that message until I'm dead in the face. I don't care. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Do you agree that race is not the biggest issue facing Black America? It's their behaviors, and their behaviors is what's giving them this negative outcome and negative outlook? Let me know your thoughts. I would like to hear them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys for watching to the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.